year. I know we're out of time, but I'm going to add one quick thing because it kind of relates to the AI thing we were talking about. Everybody has been out there saying, there's been companies laying off people and saying, oh, we're getting rid of 4,000 workers because we're going to be doing AI and it's going to make everything better, or because we're going to be spending through the nose on AI and it's going to be expensive. But there's a few things that have been in the news recently. One is that just kind of suggest maybe a little shift of the wind. Amazon recently, they had a leaderboard in their company called Cairo Rank. Have you heard this one?
I saw this. I saw this article. Yes.
And it was basically something that was supposed to track AI token usage among employees for the purpose of make sure people are using the AI because they want everyone to everyone use AI as much as you can. And so Amazon shut down their leaderboard on that and said, hey guys, don't just use AI for the sake of using AI. Use AI to help you solve problems.
Well, I did read that article. I saw that article. I skimmed it. The funny thing about it, I didn't know that this existed, but it's something called Goodhart's law. That when the metric becomes the goal, it ceases to be a good measure if the measure becomes a goal. I feel like if it's got a name, not that I was aware of it, but it's so common in management spheres that to be a manager, to implement one of these things, you need to do a reality check on your goals and your metrics.
Right. Yeah, you have to be very careful what behaviors you incentivize because people will, they'll pay attention to the incentives, especially if it's like, well, if you don't do this, you're not going to be on the good list, or your bonus is at risk, or if you do this, we're going to give you extra money. Well, I had a mortgage company years ago. We were a little bit slower on the amount of loans coming in, and so we had done like a change of our policy and said, hey, to our loan officers, if you for every loan that you submit that has enough of a file to be a loan, you get something. I forget what it was. Maybe it was a $20 gift card, or maybe it was something real. I don't even remember, but. And most people just kind of did their normal thing or maybe tried a little harder or whatever. But there's some people that said, oh, well, hang on, I can make money on these. And I think it was, if you get past some number, then you got a bigger thing, like, that kind of thing. And we had I remember one guy who, he submitted 20 loans that month. And normally he was submitting 4 or 5. And, those 20 loans were almost all garbage. They're just complete garbage. They're just wasted a lot of time. We spent a lot of money trying to do them. We got, half of them, the customers weren't really even on board, even though he somehow got them to turn in the paperwork, and it was bad. He was like, well, where's my big payout or whatever? And and it's like, yeah, you did meet the metric and we paid him and we never did that again. So, live and learn.
Yeah, it's a common mistake, and you don't anticipate the unintended consequences. Obviously, that's why they're called that. But trying to think in a malicious way or on an edge case way, it's hard. It's hard to do. You have your happy path, and you think everybody's going to follow the happy path.
No,
They do not. So
sure don't.
That is definitely something to keep in mind.